Morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, let's get the shout-outs out of the way. Today's shout-outs goes to Sam Williamson, and Rebel IC. Both were first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus win a shout-out. So what do I got for you today? This is the Hobbytiger H301S. Now, those of you that are subscribers to my channel, you'll say, dang, that looks a lot like something you reviewed back in February, the SJRC S30W, and indeed it is. It is a rebranded version of the S30W, but it is available now on Amazon. Now, why would you consider Amazon over ordering directly from China? Well, you get your drone within a week as compared to waiting a month or sometimes longer to get to your door. But another reason why you want to consider the Hobbytiger version is the Hobbytiger version comes with a very detailed instruction manual, very well done. This is something you rarely see with drones these days, especially the ones that comes directly from China. You don't normally see a manual written by somebody that can speak English. So I'm going to say this is the big advantage of this, folks. If you got problems, you got your manual, bring it with you out in the field, and you'll be able to decipher what's going on or what's wrong with the drone. Or you can watch my video right here, and we'll go over all the points of this drone. So what is special about this drone? This drone includes a GPS. It's a GPS drone, a toy grade GPS drone, but still a GPS drone. And that makes it very easy to fly for beginner flyers. And then it has GPS position hold. It also has one key return and landing. So if you get lost with your drone, so where'd my drone go? You press a button and it comes back to you and lands itself where it took off from. It also has follow me mode. Since it has a GPS, it will be able to follow you, wherever you go, using the GPS on your phone as the signal sending to the drone where you're at. The drone will follow your phone in effect. It has a 720p HD camera that records directly to a micro SD card on the back of the camera. It has FPV video that you can view on your phone. The FPV video is 2.4 gigahertz, which means most people will be able to view this video on their phone. Other things about it. Oh yeah, let's go over its controller and discuss those things. The controller. Let's go over each button of the controller here. Notice these buttons all on the controller are very well labeled in English. And it has this indicator panel on the front here that actually lights up and tells you what's going on. You got speed control, tell you which rate you're in. It tells you if you're in headless mode or normal GPS mode. It has GPS auto return or flash. It'll tell you if you're in follow me, if your video camera is recording, and if you set it to trim mode, it'll tell you that you're in trim mode. But other buttons on this controller, let's go over them. Now, I did mention the camera. The camera does swivel up and down. It has a swivel gimbal that lets it go up and down. It is not gyro stabilized, but you can set the camera up or down using these buttons on the controller. And let's try that. Oh no, I haven't. I'll demonstrate that once we bind it to the controller. Other buttons on this controller. This button here is your throttle and your yaw stick. But if you press into it, it changes the speeds of the drone, the rates, from speed 1, 2, and 3. And if you hold it down, it enters into trim mode, where you can trim the drone, its pitch and roll to steady it out if it's drifting in altitude hold mode. This button here is your return to home button. You do a quick press and the drone will fly back and land at your position. Or if you hold it down for 2 seconds, it enters into headless mode. And the drone will be flying in headless mode. And what headless mode does, folks, for those of you who are unfamiliar, it remembers the direction that it was pointed when it took off, and forward, back, and right and left will all be with respect to that direction, no matter which direction the nose of the drone is pointed. Now, it also has automatic takeoff, which you activate by pressing this button here, or automatic landing by pressing it again. And if you end up in a bush to protect your motors, you can do an emergency stop by holding this button down for 3 seconds, and that will be an emergency stop. You can do a compass calibration with the controller or with the app. In fact, every time you start up this drone, the app will force you to do a compass calibration, unless you do it with the sticks, by moving both sticks up and inboard, and the drone will enter into compass calibration. You can calibrate the accelerometers on the drone by putting it on a flat level surface and moving both sticks up and outboard. And finally, the last two buttons. This button is your camera button. Holding it down for 2 seconds enters into video taking mode, and it continuously beeps when it's in video taking mode. And you can stop that by holding it down another 2 seconds to stop the recording, or a quick press of this button will snap a photo. And this button here is your follow me button. If you press it, it will follow you. The drone will follow you and also beep at the same time. You can also activate that with the app, the Hobbytiger app. So let us fire this up and show you how to fire it up. Let me turn off the transmitter first because I'm going to need to restart it. And to start the drone, you do a quick press on the back here until these blue lights light up, showing you have power to the drone. Then you can turn on the transmitter and move it up and down to bind it. And while we're binding, let me show you that real quick. The up and down button, which is on the left side. Hold on, folks. What did I hit? Return to home. Okay, now watch the angle. See how the camera points downward? And if we push this button here, watch the camera come back up again. So it swivels up and down, which is cool. I like that in a drone, to be able to do that, especially for flying high. You can point it down at yourself. Now let's open up the app and do our compass calibration and take to the air. Okay, this is the Hobbytiger app, and if we notice it, the buttons that we got on this, we have a Learn to Fly button. If you press that, and it shows you a video of the SJRC S30W and how to fly that. You know, the basics of it, but it's not very descriptive, to tell you the truth, that video. But let's go back. Also, if you click photo and video, it shows the library of video and photos that you've taken with this particular drone. And support, if you click that button there, that shows you the buttons, what all the buttons do in English. And coming out of that, and if we go into Quick Start gives you a very detailed overview of how to get this drone into the air. And more or less is your manual in a very brief form, showing you the main features of this drone. In particular, it shows you how to do compass calibration and gyro calibration using the joysticks of the app. So let's get out of this, and we're going to go right into a flight of this. So let's go to a flight now. Okay, it says we're ready to fly, but actually I want to demonstrate that compass calibration. Let's do that. And we're going to move both sticks up and inboard. And keeping the drone level, it tells you to do a horizontal rotation. And we're going to do that right now. And we're going to look at these back lights here. They're flashing, they're kind of flashing a pinkish purplish light, but we're going to do a horizontal rotation until that becomes solid. Okay, and that's solid now, and I think our app is telling us now to do the vertical rotation. Hold the drone face down. And our front lights are now blinking pinkish. And we do a horizontal rotation until they stop blinking. And they're solid. So our compass calibration is complete. We should be ready to go. So putting the drone down. Now let's take to the air. To do that, let's hit the, actually I want to start the video recording too. Yeah, let's take to the air first. Pressing the takeoff button. And let's check its stability. What I'm looking for, folks, is any toilet bowl effect. Any toilet bowl effect is where it rotates around in a circle, which tells you that it needs to have compass calibration redone. Okay, I'm getting into the picture, and I'm going to start the video camera. It's recording. Say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Doing this to sync up the cameras. This is a good shirt, huh? Why do I wear these tie-dye shirts? It's so you folks can see me on the ground. That's the main reason. Let's go up a bit higher. And let's move its camera down a bit. Okay, that's up. No, that's up. And I guess that one's up. There we go. It's coming down now. And if we look at it, notice how that goes up and down with this button. So we can't swivel it up. Okay, first thing I want to do while I got battery power is to go outbound. Let's see how far we can go. And I am out about there, and I lost signal, and it comes back to me, so it doesn't let me go very far. I think I got a, hold on, if we go in the right side here and click that, let's turn beginner's mode on and hit save. Does it let me go further now? Nope. That's about as far as it'll go, folks. And then it comes back. It's within signal. So I'm going to bring it back down again. Oh, actually, let's just do a return to home and landing from there. Okay, pressing return to home. I'm turning the drone toward me. Boy, it comes back fast. I don't know if you saw that or not, folks, but that came back real fast. So the max range on this isn't very far. I want to see if I can reset that. Let's land it first. See how accurate our return to home and landing is. Almost. There you go. That's cool. Okay, we'll stop the video right there. Return to home and landing off, and we're still recording and turning off the video camera. Okay, if you go in the upper right corner there, see those 3 bars, and you click on those 3 bars, that enters into flight parameter settings, and this is where we can set the flight distance. And I have beginner turned on, and it's relatively short flight distance, but I am at 30 meters. I'm going to adjust that, actually turn that off, yes, quit the beginner's mode, and we're going to set the flight distance out to as far as it'll go, 400 meters. Flight altitude, we'll set that up to about 100 meters. And return altitude, and we'll keep that low. And then we're going to hit save. Okay, hopefully this time we should be able to go further. Out to about 400 meters. So there is a geofence involved with this drone, which doesn't let you travel while beginner's mode is on further than 30 meters, and with beginner's mode off we should be able to go further, and that's what I want to see. Now I got a wind picking up here, starting the video camera, and let's see if we can go out further this time, and higher, and future. There we go. There is a crossroads down this way out about 300 meters, and I want to see if I can reach that crossroads, and I want to see how long, you know, how much flight time or how much distance I can get with this 2.4 gigahertz FPV. And actually I am pretty far out. Still going out. Okay, I lost FPV signal, but I'm still going out. I'm going to try to make it to that crossroads, pushing forward until it won't let me go any farther. And that's about it there. So depending on if we saw the crossroads, we might have reached 300 meters, but it looks like I got about 250 meters before this thing started to come back. It went out of range of the transmitter, and when it does that, it automatically returns to home. It comes back to you until it picks up the transmitter again. And it's hovering right there. Let's turn off that return to home. Oh, I pressed return to home. Okay, now it's coming back all the way. So again, what it does, folks, when it flies out of range of the transmitter, it'll fly back until it receives the transmitter again, and then it'll stop and hover. Let's come down. Turning off return to home, and flying manually right now. And the reason I want to fly manual right now is I want to lower that camera. Lower the camera. Putting it down so you can see us high up there. How high are we anyways? We are about 31 meters. Let's raise the camera back up again. And how's the battery power? Our battery power is good. Let's go up higher. Let's go up to 100 meters. Pushing forward. Climbing, climbing. And I'm climbing and rotating at the same time, right there. Okay, we're probably close to the edge of the range of this thing. There's our mountains. Beautiful day to be flying out here, folks. Height 58 meters, pushing up. Let's see if we can go higher. 59, 60, 61, 64. Yeah, that's about it. 70, 72. Okay, it's getting hard to see up there. I'm coming back down now. Pushing forward. And reducing throttle. Let's bring her back down. Coming down. I went pretty darn high up there for that this little drone. Coming down, pulling the throttle back down, pushing forward at the same time. So its descent is rather slow. But it's coming, it's coming. The video looks awesome, actually. I hope it's coming out well, this 2.4 gigahertz. I hope it's not too laggy. And we'll bring it over here. And we haven't done follow me yet. How's our battery power? Battery power's still reasonably good. We'll plop it right about there. And there I am down there on the ground. Let's lower that camera too. Camera lowering is this button here. Okay, and you're still recording, and we're going to hit the follow me button, which is this button here. Follow me is activated. Notice the unusual beeping. Is it following? Seems to be. Seems to be. I'm walking sideways to it. Well, let's walk toward it. Does a little bit of a rotation as it's following you. I should have the camera pointed right at me there. Go up a bit higher too. The thing about these follow me drones that use your phone, it's best to put some distance between yourself and the drone. The reason being, the closer you get to the drone with your phone, the more the GPS error becomes apparent between the two. Let's go up a little bit higher. Pull back outward again. And from there, we still follow me? Still a beep, hear a beep. Let me raise it up. Up, camera up. There I am there. Okay, so that's follow me. Let's go back to the landing pad over here. And do another return to home and landing. Let's see how well our GPS is maintaining its position over time here. And it's coming down, and it's automatic descent. Not too bad. I'd say about a meter. Kerplop. And let's turn off return to home and turn off follow me. And turn off the video camera too. Okay, we got a beeping there. Is that our low battery? That's our low battery warning. So that's about it. Thoughts on it? Well, it's a good beginner's GPS drone. Learn to fly GPS drone. Let's see, the follow me, you know, that's a nice feature to have. It's not really necessary, but if you're looking for a first GPS drone, you know, this one is not too bad. What I like about it is it's using 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi FPV. You don't need a special phone or a special tablet to use this drone. This drone will work with most phones. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Thank you.